on the controversial smart meters is out for public consideration this week. The report, requested by Assemblyman Jared Huffman of Marin, concludes no significant health effects from one or a group of smart meters. Now, yesterday at a protest of the smart meters, 2 people were arrested for blocking a driveway in Roedert Park. One of those 2, Deborah Tavares, joins us live on the live line this morning. Good morning, Deborah. Thanks for your valuable time. Deborah?
Good morning.
Thank you for your valuable time.
Yes, thank you.
First of all, let's talk a little bit about your arrest. What were you doing, and what were the circumstances that they arrested you?
Well, the circumstances were centered around a protest that we were having at Wellington Energy, and it is because we're saying no to penalizing customers financially. Also, the required appliance change-outs that folks are not being told about that stem around the smart meter program. Unstudied, waived studies on specific studies for the smart meters and the radiation associated with those, and invasion to privacy. We feel that it constitutes an unwarranted infringement upon our rights that are protected by the United States Constitution and the Constitution of the State of California. There's also significant uninsurable liability consequences associated with this, particularly with property owners, because as folks may end up having effects from the smart meter, litigation can ensue, and PG&E and the other utility companies have said that they would not be held liable or responsible, that would be the California PUC. And I believe that the change-out of appliances and the change-outs of plugs in people's homes that they were not told about that spiral around this entire program has been deceptive, and I don't believe that folks are really aware of the full impact of this whole entire smart meter program.
And reaction to the state study just released, as we talked about in our lead-in, that the state finds no significant evidence of a danger from a smart meter.
Well, that may be their findings in that particular study, but I can tell you that what came out in millions and millions of customers' statements back in September was this, and this is printed out in everyone's attachment to their bills. This is statewide in all of the utility bills, and it says World Health Organization findings. The World Health Organization, WHO, recently concluded the review of the potential health implications of extremely low frequency, which includes power frequencies. And they concluded that the results from many research studies have been evaluated by international, national, and California EMF research programs to find out if EMF poses any health risk. And given the uncertainty of the issue, the medical and scientific communities have been unable to determine that usual residential exposures to EMF cause health effects, or to establish any standard or level of residential exposure that is known to be either safe or harmful, and that these conditions remain unchanged by recent studies.
Understand.
So this is what they're telling all of the folks in their bills just in September of 2010. So I don't know specific to this particular study that was released, but I know that the umbrella of all the studies say this.
Deborah, despite all of the protests that have been going on and even your arrest, PG&E does not seem like they're backing down. In fact, they say that they're governed by the PUC and that they're allowed to go out there and swap out these meters, and no protest is going to stop them from doing that.
Well, that may very well be. They have a tremendous invested interest in this because they're rolling forward on the assumption that we need to eliminate and reduce our carbon footprint. And so this entire program centers around the entire climate change assumption, and that rationing in California would be a good thing. And I don't see particularly how rationing in the 8th largest economy in the world is going to benefit the folks and customers in California.
I understand.
I am very concerned about the radiation, the unstudied cumulative effects of the radiation, and any study that could be coming up now would not translate into the cumulative effect, which is posed with all of the required appliance change-outs in 2012. These appliances are going to roll out in 2012 with computer chips in them, and all the folks are going to have radiation traveling through their homes to their smart meter and consequently being collected in their communities, jumping from smart meter to smart meter to the collection points on power poles, and none of this has been studied, as well as the fact that they will collect information from our homes. Again, I state that that's a tremendous infringement upon our rights that are protected under the Constitution of the state of California.
And, yeah, obviously, to put yourself on the line to be arrested over this, I'm sure, Barbara, we're not going to hear the end of it just yet. There probably are going to be more regarding these controversial meters, and we want to thank you for taking your valuable time to call us and bring us up to date on why you're out there willing to get arrested.
Well, folks need to go to refusesmartmeter.com and look at the 2 public action notices that they can take. They can say no. They can act on either if they have a meter now or if they don't yet, they can do something about it. So I refer people to refusesmartmeter.com, take an action, one of the 2 actions under the public notice on the splash page of that website.
I understand. Deborah, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Deborah Tavares arrested yesterday at a smart meter protest, saying that even though there's a study out this morning that says those meters are not harmful, she claims there are a lot of other additional information that people should be aware of.